So how do you get a 1,000-pound toolbox to roll off the back of a trailer without a forklift or a ramp? With physics. Welcome to Hack a Week. Excuse me. Cold's a little bit better. I'm better. Cold's worse, maybe. I don't know how that works. But anyway, I'm feeling a little better than I was last weekend. That's the good news. More good news is that my toolbox gets to live at home now, because the new job I have as a production manager at a Mercedes restoration shop, we do old Mercedes restorations, I don't really need my toolbox. What I'm doing is more of a desk jockey, searching out parts and things like that. So the toolbox is going to be here at home now, which is awesome, because I've got a lot of really great tools in there that will help out with future projects, including the CB750, which, by the way, I'll get back on after New Year's. Gonna take a break after this video for the holidays. But I wanted to show you today a simple way to get something like this off from a trailer with a block and tackle. It's just pulleys and rope. Let me explain the physics to you. So the plan is to unstrap the toolbox, and I'll roll it out here, get it in the center of the trailer, but I'll leave it centered right here across the axle. That way the trailer won't tip at all. Then I'm going to disconnect the trailer at the hitch, get the Honda pulled away, and then this thing will just be free floating basically and able to tilt. But before I tilt it, because then it would just roll off the back and go crashing into the motorcycles, I'll connect it to a block and tackle. Basically it'll be a couple of pulleys attached to that handle, and it'll run to there. And so what's going to happen is the pulley that's there will give me a mechanical advantage. Let me explain how that's going to work. Okay, quick illustration on the side of a box. Let's say you've got a weight that you want to lift. Let's say that weight is, well, let's just call it 1,000 pounds. Okay? Well, you want to lift it up. So if you put a rope here and you try to pull upwards, you're trying to pull on 1,000 pounds. Now if I put a pulley up here and I take the rope and I go over the pulley and I pull down, guess what? I'm pulling here and I'm also pulling here. So you've got forces here and you've got forces here. Now I've taken this 1,000-pound load and I've split it in half. Do you see how that works? Because there are two ropes doing the work now past a point where they move in the other direction. So this rope is now bearing 500 pounds and this part of the rope is bearing 500 pounds. So I've split the load up. Now if I was to go with another pulley right here and went around up this way and I was pulling like this, and then I continued on and did another pulley up here and I came back down this way, now what is it? Now I've taken it and I've split it up 4 times. This is called a 4-to-1 purchase. It takes 3 pulleys, and now my 1,000 pounds turns into 250 pounds of pull here downward to make 1,000 pounds move upward that way. Real simple mechanical advantage. It's been around for a long time. It's the way that they lifted stones, the way they lifted giant bales up into barns back in the day. On all barns, all of them had a thing sticking out of the side of the barn with a block and tackle on it. So the plan is to hook up that block and tackle up at that end, and then I can loosen this up and I'll slowly push this back with a little bit of slack in the rope on my block and tackle. Once it gets to a certain point right here, it's going to tilt the trailer. The trailer, hopefully I'll have it lined up as such so that when it tilts down, this part will land right about here somewhere, and then I can roll the toolbox off onto the cement floor. So should be fun to watch when that tilt happens. Okay, so we're already starting to sprinkle a little, so I got to hurry it up here. Now the idea is I push this back and it's going to get to a point where the trailer will tilt when I walk back that way. Not quite there yet. little more. Okay, let's try it right there. Hang on to the rope nice and tight. No tilt yet. Yep, there it goes. Now I can just control it, let it roll down. Now these wheels are probably going to have a hard time getting past that, so I'm going to let it roll pretty quick here. Hopefully it'll just jump over it. Ah, almost. Well, okay. I'm going to tie this off with a little bit of slack in it. That way when it does come past this point, it doesn't go running away on me. And then we'll get up here, see if we can get those wheels to get past that spot on the trailer. There we go. And here. Now it looks like it's a little bit uphill on my ramp here. I may have to go up front and shim it up. Okay, that should stop the trailer from flopping back down. Now I'm just going to give it a push. But I'm going to hang on to my rope. There we go. That's how you do it. Physics. Whew, just in time. It's raining out there now. Not real hard, but it is raining. And the camera was out there in the rain. So the next step now is to find a place for this thing. So right in that area right there, that's where the toolbox is going to live. So all of that's got to get torn out first. I got to get all this stuff out of the way. And the motorcycles, there's the CB. I know it's crying out for me to work on it, but it's going to be a little while. Got the engine on a roll around stand. But the toolbox is here, which is awesome. I'm really stoked to have this. I've been working out of this smaller one with inferior tools for the last couple of years. So it's going to be really good to have the big snap-on box here. Wow, that's a whole workbench frame in and of itself. Too bad I don't have the room for it in here. I think I'll take it out back and put it to use as a gardening workbench. That's a good idea. See if we can get it through the back door. Hey, look at that. There's a big ass toolbox in my garage this morning. How about that? Pretty excited to have all the tools here at home because there's been plenty of times, as I've mentioned in some videos, where I needed a tool that was at work, and here I am at home. So now they're all here at home to help out with all the hacks and projects in the future. Got a lot of organizing to do in here. I've put shelves up over on that wall off camera. You can't see all the crazy cluster hoo-ha that's going on. There's stuff everywhere and it's all got to find a place. I got to put some shelves up over on this side. Just lots of organizing to do. Once I get all that done, I can get back to work on things. because I'm going to take a break here for the next 3 weeks. During the holidays, I won't be back until after New Year's, at which time I will get back to work on this project, the CB 750. Lots of people have been asking when I'm going to get back on it. Understandably so. I know people love those videos, but it's going to be after New Year's, so you're going to have to wait a little longer. It's getting pretty close. It's time to pretty much bolt this engine together, get it in the frame, and then move on with the rest of the assembly of the bike. Might build a sidecar for that thing. I was thinking scrambler, I was thinking stock, now I'm thinking sidecar, because Lisa really loves sidecars, so that'd be fun. Plus I could take the dogs for rides in it, which would also be fun. That wraps up this week's video. I hope you learned a thing or two about a block and tackle and the principles of the 2-to-1, 4-to-1, 6-to-1 purchase with pulleys. Pretty cool little thing to know, because if you need to lift something heavy or move something heavy, you can do it by yourself with that simple mechanism. And now you know the physics behind it. See, you learn something, just like you do in every one of my videos. So have a happy holiday season, have a happy New Year's. Thanks for watching, thanks for all the donations. Don't forget to go buy a t-shirt. That was in last week's video, you'll find the link there. And well, as I sip my coffee, till next time. So yeah, nice to have the tools here, all of them. I'll be able to do a lot more meticulous type. Where am I going with this?